busy night, but there's always room for another.
That there is, my good dwarf friend. Right, this is today's quest. The part of the game that actually gives you gold, aside from just winning games, is you get a quest every day. Normally you don't get 100 gold from it, but you can get 40, 60, something. And that's how you run this game if you actually don't want to pay any money for it. You generally gather up enough gold to do arena, but we're gonna go into arena later on. What we're gonna do today is look at some basic deck building. Now, the basic decks are good enough, they're okay, there's nothing horrible about them. But you really do want to make your own deck to make it anywhere nice. What we've done is we've played the mage, where's the mage? There we go. Played the mage up to level 10, which is basically roughly what you can get if you play up until the start of, until you hit level 10 and unlock all the heroes, which is what we've done. So we have a bunch of mage class cards. We don't have all of them, far from them, but we have a chunk. So we can now start making our own custom deck. In fact, honestly, I recommend you make a custom deck as soon as possible, but you can probably play basic deck up to a little bit and unlock the classes with it. Now, there's more to making a deck than just popping in all your cool cards. I've seen a lot of people just like buy a bunch of decks and it's like, oh, that's a good one, that's a good one, oh, that's really good, and they end up with a deck that isn't really balanced. You want to make sure you have cards at every part of the mana curve. You want to make sure they have some sort of synergy, that you have an answer for most things that's going to be thrown at you. You need a solid taunt, you need solid removal, you need to make sure that you can deal with mostly everything you get. Now we're going to get started on a mage deck. So here's the options we have. Warrior, Garrosh Hellscream, Shaman, Thrall, Rogue, some comic book, Valera Sanguinar, which by the way really disappoints me. This should have been a far cooler rogue from the game. So hell, what's wrong with Gorona Half-Orcan? She's pretty badass, you know, or anything really. Tons of cool rogues. Uther Lightbringer for the Paladin, Rexar for the Hunter, Malfurion Stormmage for the Druid, Warlock is Gul'dan. We'll be playing Jaina, the Mage, and of course we've got Anduin Rune for the Priest. But yeah, we're gonna make a Mage deck. So we've hit level 10. See, all the other ones are level 1, we haven't played them at all. Alright. Custom Mage, in fact let's change it to Spellslinger, because that's a cool name. Right, to start off with, we want to get some class cards. And we want to get some good class cards. And it's tempting to just toss in stuff that sounds cool, but you need to think of what you actually want to do. And what I'm going to do for this deck is relying on spell power. Spell power buffs my spells, so therefore I want a lot of useful spells. Stuff like Arcane Explosion is a must-have. It's 2 mana for 1 damage on minions, which sounds okay. But if we buff our spell power, that will do even more damage. So definitely 2 of those. You could maximum have 2 of 1 card in your deck. We also want Frostbolt, because freezing is useful and it's a solid 3 damage. And we definitely want Fireball, it has good damage strike. Other than that, we have Flame Strike, which is insanely strong, especially with spell power out. It's a 7 mana spell though, but we do want something to bust out when we get there. Other options would be a minion water elemental, which is good, fairly solid health for 4 mana. Not 100% sure on it yet, but we'll put it in for now. And also a good idea to pop the mirror images, which is quite handy, because we are going to have a second synergy for this deck. Not just spell power, but minion buffing focus. So having a lot of minions is always good. So that's the class cards we've chosen, which is a pretty good setup. We're now going to the neutral ones. Starting at page 1. Now, options we have here are these, by the way, these are the basic decks. These are the cards you start with. I haven't bought anything, I haven't opened up a single pack, I haven't even unlocked any of the expert packs that you can do from the AI. I've just hit level 10 with the mage, which you can do fairly quickly by beating all the other heroes. And I played 1 game versus an enemy just because I wanted a little bit of gold. So 1 game, which was fairly easy. So these are going to be a very, very limited amount of cards. Like if you look at let's see, my cards, all cards, you can see there's a lot of cards we don't have. All of the ones that are grayed out. But we're not dealing with that. We're just dealing with our cards, and we'll be fine. Honestly, we can get fairly far with this set of cards. Well, let's hope so, at least. I mean, I've done this a little bit before on another account, and I went okay. I think I played a total of maybe like 15 games, and I won most of them without buying anything or really unlocking anything. Now you want to start with a couple of 1-mana cards, because you need to be able to do something fairly early most of the time. We have our mirror images, but busting them out won't actually give us any damage whatsoever. So we want something solid. Now, I'm a huge fan of taunt cards, because it just, like, as a mage, I don't have any heals. I don't really have any sort of defense, I don't have any armor. So I want to make sure that the enemy goes on my minions. To a degree. Because we also want to sort of make sure we save our minions. We can basically take a chunk of... The thing to remember as a hero is that you're fine if you're at 1 health. As long as the enemy can't take you down that 1 health and you kill him the next turn. Now that might always happen, obviously, but... I'm thinking we're not going to bother too much about these Murlocs. It's a 1 for 2/1, which is pretty strong, but I like the Goldshire Footman with the taunt. Honestly, the other ones I'm not that interesting. See, this one is good for the heal and a 2 damage. The Battle Cry on that one is useful, but I'm gonna stick with the Voodoo Doctor and the Footman. Now that's only 4, we're already at half the cards of the deck. So we need to be exclusive of what we actually place in. But here we go into the Spell Power cards. This is going to be the key to actually winning. So you want 2 Geomancers, which gives Spell Power +1. Definitely want this one, because there's a 2 mana and you end up having 2 cards. One of them is 2/1 and one of them is 1/1. It's worth it for the minion heavy one we're going. Normally the Novice Engineer is good, because drawing a card is always handy. But we just don't have room for it in this deck. So 2 more Dalaran Mages. Again, Spellfire, solid defense, 4 health. This is also tempting, but no, we need to... See, the thing is, you have to remember what your theme is. You have to remember what synergy you're going for. You can't just bust in everything you see. Now, the key to this strategy is the Raid Leader. Buffing all your minions with 1 attack is very strong. And... now you start looking at, oh, I want to get this, I want to get this. This one again is good, because you get more minions. But we're now up to 26. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to start dropping one of them eventually, because I'm gonna realize there's a couple of cards I've forgotten. See, this one's also good, I wanna have that one, and now we're up to 28. And then we go, oh, I want the Magi, I wanted this, and oh shit, we're already full. So we're gonna have to drop something, because looking at the curve right now, it's not really solid. Like you see, we have no 5, 6, and no, like 0 is not that important, but we need to drop some of the 3 ones. So, we're probably gonna have to end up dropping Frostbolt. It's a 3 for 3 damage, which is okay, but the freezing is not that important. So we're dropping that one. It's a little bit better, but ideally we wanna... It's supposed to be sort of like a curve, and it starts a little bit and then goes up in the middle and goes down in the end. So we could probably drop one of these. So we have 1 Footman and 1 Doctor. Now it looks a little bit more normal. Now we need a couple of 5, 6. For this towards the end. We might even have too many 4s. Wait, what? We weren't supposed to take the Water Elemental. Where did that one came from? Did we accidentally take something else instead of one? We might have. No, well, okay, that's good. That saves us up 2 cards. I don't know where the hell that came from. Must have accidentally clicked it. Okay, so we're down into the 5 mana ones now. Like, again, there's a few 4 ones I would have liked. The Shield Master is incredibly solid. It's a good taunt. Like at the moment we only have our Mirror Gems and the Footman that actually taunts. But we are going to get another heavy taunter. Like these ones are all both solid. This one particularly, a 5 for 5, 4 is solid. Like, but it only has 4, and for a taunter you want it to have a lot of health. So I'm going to go with the favorites, the Lord of the Arena, which is a 6/5 for 6. I love this card. It's strong and there's a lot of damage. And this is also key for the strategy, because we have a lot of minions. We want to this one gets +1/+1 for each other friendly minion. So even it's a 4/4 already. If you just have 3 out on the minion, it's suddenly a 7/7 for 5 mana, and it'll just get more and more powerful that as you keep buffing it with raid leaders. So for the last 2 cards, we might want to pop out a big one. And these are the 3 7s and plus we have, it is not many. But looking at these, honestly, for a very mana heavy one, I wanted to do something special. Core Hounds are good, they're 9 damage, but they only have 5 health. And there's just nothing special to them. So, since we are running a minion heavy deck, we're going to the Story and Champion. This +1 for all other minions. Not itself, but the other ones, which is pretty damn good. Now, you notice we've skipped over the spell power one, and yeah, I would have liked to fit this in somewhere, because the more spell power the better for our spells, but it's a 4/7, it's a strong card definitely, but I don't really see anything necessarily I want to kick out for it. It could be eventually, the thing about this, the mirror image, is that if we manage to save this for later on, realize it's CR1 now, but if we buff it with a raid leader and a Storm and Champion, those mirror images will suddenly do 3 damage. That's pretty damn solid for a 1 mana spell. Now granted, you're unlikely we'll be using that towards the end, but still. The rest are all basically following what we need to do. We have either spells, we have a little bit of early ones, we have +1 spell power, we have minions that come with another minion, which is exactly what we want. And of course we have solid taunters to... oh, no, I just grabbed it in my hand. Solid taunters to actually keep it... God damn it, I accidentally clicked away something. What did we... oh, miss. What did we miss? We missed something. This is what happens if you accidentally click and you don't pay attention to what you were doing. Swear to God, if let's just look through the list and we'll find what we forgot. Got a mage card? Yeah, Flame Strike. There we go. Which is good. So we basically have everything we're doing is doing something. We have our spells that's going to put out a lot of the damage. We have the minions. We have stuff that's going to buff our minions. We have stuff that's going to buff our spells. This deck has synergy, and the only cards that doesn't necessarily have synergy are needed for us anyway, like the Taunter. So this is the deck we're going to run with, and this is going to be a fairly solid deck created just from the beginning things. Now, you can tweak this, like if you just literally without any decks. You could have, for example, instead of mage, gone into making a paladin deck, because paladins have the hero power of summoning another minion, so that would have been really solid. Of course, at that point on, you wouldn't go with the spell power. You'd go with different things, like you go for more buffing stuff, Blessing of Might, Minion Shield, Restore, and different sort of neutrals. Probably you go for some, basically neutrals with more solid charge, taunt, more like very minion focused, and possibly more healing, with like a Darkscale healer or something similar. So don't worry too much about it in the beginning. Like you're going to see within the rest of the Yogscast, a lot of people just like, hey, I just literally bought 80 packs. I bought 80 packs right now, and I've got 15 legendaries, and I'm gonna have this and this and this. And yeah, they're gonna look pretty damn intimidating, but you'll be fine. You'll be fine with the start. Start basic, like, you know, I've already unlocked 100 gold. I'm gonna get a little bit more. We already have a free arena. We're gonna get packs. You can play this game as a free-to-play. It'll be slower and everything, but it's cool. You'll be fine with it. Alright, we're gonna take this deck out for a spin and see exactly what happens. See if we have a chance to actually deal with them. Oh, by the way, this is important to remember to go into your custom decks. Because a lot of people go, oh yeah, I picked Mage at Nightbrain, but then you only get the basic deck, which is okay, but not amazing. Here we go. Finding opponents. So we're sort of confident what we're doing. Keep in mind, like, this is still fairly early on. Like, it's unlikely we're gonna run into someone who's really good. There's a chance, but it's unlikely. Here we go. Where are the opponents?
Jaina versus Gul'dan.
Gul'dan. Alright.
Your soul shall be mine.
You asked for it.
Immediately we have an amazing starting hand. You can see what we have here is we have definitely the cards we want. First of all, low mana is important. There's no point having a starting hand with 7 or anything. So we have the spell power ones, we have a good Arcane Explosion and the thing. And we will have the coin, which means that we can spawn a card directly when we play. Now what does he have? He's going to... Well, we'll have to take a see what actually goes. Right, he pops out a Voidwalker with 1-3. That one has Taunt. Now we get the coin for playing second, which means that we right now have 2 mana. And that's excellent, because now we can bust up the Murloc by popping the coin, having 2 mana, Murloc, and now we have 2 cards out on the field instantly. That's pretty damn good. Now that one next turn, I don't know if he's going to bother attacking or if he's going to keep it. We'll see. The deck we're playing tends to be fairly weak early game, but very much overwhelm later on, so we'll see how that's going to work out. Right, Life Tap, the Warlock ability, he sacrifices 2 health and gets a card. Right, he decided to attack with that one. We now have a 1-1 left. The only card we can play at this point are these 2. The alternative is use our Hair Power, take that out and then attack him. If I pop that out, I feel like he might get killed, but I want to try it, because we do have the Arcane Explosion. And then I'll just take out the Taunter like that. Now this one is a bit vulnerable, which is a shame, because we want to keep it on the board for the spell power. Especially since we now see that deals 2 damage to all minions now. Ah, he has the Delaware Mage himself. Fair enough. Warlocks are the other class that really use a lot of spells. I mean, every class uses spells, but this one in particular. Now, the option here is to... I think I'm gonna pop out a Taunter and probably attack him and shoot him. Got him down to 25. With a Warlock, it's important you get him down low early, so that it feels he can't keep life tapping all the time. So he'll be in too dangerous a position to do so. Now the thing is, this Kobold is fairly safe for the moment, because now we have the Taunter out. He's gonna use that on the Taunter. He might actually bother attacking him later on. Ah, he casts a spell. He wastes a 4 damage spell on the Kobold. And 5 even, because he had the Spellfire out. Soulfire on me, discards a card, which means he discarded another Soulfire. Don't really mind too much. Maybe it was. We'll see. We've got more spell power cards coming. We're now at 4 mana. It's pretty solid. I think we can wait with the spell power cards and see about getting out... sorry? Okay. Don't really know what he's sorry for, but whatever. Gotta get the Ogre out. It's a solid card. I don't think he has a lot of cards in his hand that can take it out just yet. But he is ahead on mana because he went first, so we'll see how this goes.
Get behind me.
Yeah, I see this is a Taunter. This guy doesn't look like he's done a lot of purchasing cards either. He mostly has the starting cards. Excellent. We now have the Flame Strike out. In a couple of turns we'll be able to use this pretty solidly. But not yet. See, the problem now is that one is we need to actually kill that one first. But doing that, so we'll lose our Ogre. We'll pop out this one. And then we'll pop out the Arcane Explosion. We'll get him low, which means that he'll now be scared to attack, because that means he'll lose. And I'm gonna sacrifice the Ogre for... No, I'm not actually. If he's gonna have to attack, like that'll be his choice, but I don't want to throw away the Ogre. I want to give him the option to keep it around. Because he knows that if it is out there, my spells will do more damage. Well, you gonna take it out? Yeah, he's probably gonna. Which means that's down to 4 instead of 5. We can't pop it yet anyway, so it was cool. Now, depends a lot on what we get for card this turn. We got an Arena. Okay, I'm just gonna pop that out instantly, honestly. It's solidly worth it. And I'm going to keep the minions out, because attacking that one is just gonna throw ourselves at it and lose it. There's no real point. He's got that one up as well. We need to get more of our minion cards out. That one, for example. He's honestly got a very similar deck to mine. He looks like he basically has all the same neutrals, and then he has the Warlock specific ones. He did bring the Shield Master though, which we didn't. We instead have the Lords of the Arena. Now he's gonna do a couple of attacks here. Likely he's gonna do bunch on me, because he doesn't necessarily see these as threats. But he might also just want to clear him out a bit. But if he does, he will lose this one. Yeah. So it's gonna take that one out with that one. Which this one still has a bit of health, but it's still dead. Now the options have these two that are all pretty tanky, a 6/6. And he's left basically my board cleared and left me alive instead. Now I have the flame strikes, so they'll take that one out and leave that one pretty low. But I honestly don't want to pop it yet, I want to wait a little bit. And pop out a few more minions. Now we have those sitting in our hand, we'll be able to bust them out when we want. I'm gonna pop that one on that one because there's no point not to. And down to 3, which means that it can only take 1 attack each here. Now, we don't look to be in a great position. We're low on health and our cards aren't that strong. But we've got lots of good cards coming that we haven't seen yet. And we're sitting on both these two in our hand, which can do lots of damage. If he kills that one, I'll kill it with a boar and we'll be done with that one. That will have our flame strikes down to 4 again. There's our Stormwind champion. The question is, pop it out or not. I'm going to go with this one and take out the Lord of the Arena. Now, we're low on health, and it's not looking great. It depends a lot on the type of cards he has. If we can live a couple of turns, we'll start getting our strong cards. Flesh-eating Ghoul. That one is new. That one I haven't seen. Oh, he is life tapping. That's the thing. We didn't get enough damage onto him. He now feels safe in life tapping. We need to kill him this turn or we're dead. So, that means a flame strike. Because those minions would have destroyed us otherwise.
Well played.
I don't know. We're in a bad position. Gets rid of his corruption. Well, the thing is, as a warlock you always have the option of life tapping to get more cards, which is really strong. We have strong cards now, but it's still gonna be tough to deal with this. No, here we go. Finally get a bit of taunt. Keep us a bit safe. Now we're gonna pop out the Stormwind champion, giving them 1/1. And we can then cast a spell. I'm gonna cast a spell on him. We want to get him low so that he doesn't feel like he can life tap anymore. But we're definitely on the back foot here. The problem is we're low on cards and we're low on health. But we have a couple of turns where we're sort of safe. He's sacrificing. Which means he has a lot more life tapping he can do. And this was not the card we needed. But we'll have to pop these out. And we have to try to kill these now. We can kill one of them. So we'll kill the one with the most health. I mean, the most damage, sorry. But he'll attack next turn for 3, if he wants to, or he'll take out one of my cards. I would life tap if I was him. Nah, this is gonna kill that one, I guess. What is that card? Drain life. Look, he's getting high health, so he can just keep life tapping. Yeah, there we go. And we're not getting good cards. Now, my dudes are starting to hurt hard now, so I mean, that's at least something. If you look at the board now, suddenly we're not in that bad a position. But we are low on health, which is the main problem. Now, we could really use that, the priest healer thing. 3 damage to all characters. There goes our Frostwolf guy, and we're down to 6. That did include killing him as well, thankfully, but... Oh, good damn it. This is starting to become an issue. Well, it's at least something. But literally, we are praying for the cards right now. And he has 2. And he can life tap for more.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
That kills us next turn. If we don't do anything. So please, cards. Oh, this is not enough. Jesus. Well, we're gonna heal ourselves at least. And because he's gonna kill us next turn. That's 9 damage, and we're screwed. GG.
Well played.
I could just concede now, but honestly, he's gonna... he deserves to win. That's kind of pointless. Dude, you can just kill me. Just go ahead and kill me. Come on. There we go. Oh well. It was well, no, it wasn't really as close, but this is a card game. You have to have the right cards, and if you don't, you're kind of screwed. Okay. So, we played 2 more games since the one you saw. One of them was against another Warlock, which we won pretty handily, in fact, quite quickly. Everything just sort of went his way, and I don't think he got any good cards. The other one was against a Paladin, who out of nowhere conceded in the 4th turn. Maybe he just had to go. That gave us the duelist achievement thing, so now we have a little bit more gold. But the point of this video is deck building, so we're gonna use what we learned from the games we played and do some tweaks to the deck. Now, I noticed the Flame Strike never really felt that useful. It's too high mana cost, and at the time, it's really like I basically feel like I need to have a couple of spell creatures out on the field for it to be worth the mana cost. In that case, it wasn't really. So that one is out. Other than that, I'm iffy on the Dragonling mechanic, but I still want to keep it for the minion thing. Others is also these in the beginning. I didn't find much use from the Voodoo Doctor. I'm gonna put in another Goldshire Footman. They're a solid, strong card in the beginning. I was thinking of the Elven Archer because that Battlecry thing is really useful early game. Or the Charge one, just deal with things fast, but I decided against it in the end. Other than that, what do we have? I was pretty happy with most of these cards. We just need to be a bit more lucky on how it is. Like, the curve is okay. At the moment, we won a few 5 mana cards. The ones in particular I've been looking at is either the Booty Bay Bodyguard, or a 4-shot with Ascension Shield Master. Or Master, sorry. And it's not an easy choice, to be honest. Normally, for a Taunter, I want to have health, so yeah, definitely. For the 5 one, also because it's 1 mana cheaper. But having a Taunter with 5 hit means that it'll take out a lot of cards. Like, the thing is, if that one is out and they pop a Lord of the Arena, that we can't really see because the deck limit's blocking it, but it's a 6/5, actually we can do like this. It's a 6/5, which means that while that one is out, and if that one wants to attack, it will have to attack this one, and it'll take 5 damage, and therefore it will deal with it as a lower thing. So it's pretty solid, and that's what I'm gonna go for. The other option would be to take a look at the early game. We have a couple of, if you can see the curve here, it looks a little bit better now, for the most part. And we have the bigger ones. We kind of a mid-game deck. What we really want to do is get out our Tidehunters, our Hunters, our Dragonlings, and then pop out the Warlord and the Champion and the Raid Leader to buff all our minions and to make our units really powerful. And if that doesn't work, we have the backup of the spell powers to get some pretty heavy spells such as the Fireball, which already is 6 damage, can be up to like 7-8, and the Arcane Explosion to deal with the small ones. That's basically what the deck is about, so we can't really change it too much until we get more cards that fit into this. Well, I mean, we can, like, but if we really want to, but you should keep in mind the synergy. And this is a decent deck to start with. Like, you're gonna get kicked heavily by someone who's got a lot better cards, but this is get you pretty solid. So I'm pretty sure we're happy with it right now. There are small changes we could make, but they'd be minor, and honestly I don't know if we'd gain that much. Arcane Missiles is pretty nice, especially with spells, obviously, because yeah, that would be another option to put in. Also, we could go for more freezing, we could go for more card drawing, a little bit more removal of polymorph. But the thing you have to keep in mind is, like, every time you, oh, that's good, I want to put it out, it's like, who would I kick out? Like, the only thing I'd probably kick out would possibly maybe be the Ogre Magi, because they only have 4 health for a 4, which, I don't know. See, I like these because they have 4 health for a 3, which is strong and solid and still gives us spell power. Yeah, they don't have high attack, but normally we're not attacking that much with those. But honestly, we're gonna stick with this card for a bit. I'm gonna play with. Alright, this has been a little bit of deck building, so thank you all for watching that one. There's gonna be more Hearthstone coming in the future. There's gonna be some 1v1s versus a couple of the Yogscast guys. We're all very into this game. Some people have bought tons and tons of cards. Not gonna name names. Shit, Duncan. But, I mean, other than that, you know, everyone is building their decks and having fun. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, goodbye.